Let me ask you something. If I told you that you could pay taxes on your retirement money now, voluntarily, and save potentially tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars down the road, would you do it? Most people hear pay taxes now and immediately say, no way, that makes totally no sense, I'm not going to do it. Nobody wants to pay taxes early. But here's what those people are missing out on. The IRS is going to get their money one way or another. The only question is whether you get to control when and how much you hand over. That's exactly why Roth conversions are so popular today. And today I'm going to show you why it might be one of the most powerful moves that you can make in the years leading up to or right after your retirement. Now, my name is Al Costanzo. I'm with Costanzo Financial Advisors. I'm going to walk you through this video today and kind of how we help our clients and what happens here. So let's get into it. Now, let's start with the very basics. There's a lot of confusion around this. A Roth conversion is simply moving money from a traditional IRA or a 401k, could be either one, that you have not paid taxes on yet, into a Roth IRA where the money grows completely tax-free. Now, when you make that move, you do pay income tax on whatever amount you convert over. That's a trade, all right? You pay now, so you never have to pay again because the Roth does grow tax-free. Now, why would you do that? There's actually three big reasons why. Number one is tax-free growth, right? So once the money is in the Roth, it grows without any sort of tax drag, right? Dividends, interest, capital gains, all completely tax-free. Well, number two is the tax-free withdrawals. So in retirement, every dollar you pull out from the Roth is completely tax-free. That means it doesn't push you up into a higher tax bracket, and you can actually control what bracket you're in when you have a Roth account you can pull from. It also doesn't affect how much your Social Security gets taxed either. So your Social Security won't get taxed as much, and Medicare premiums, your IRMA limits, are much harder to reach, which means your Medicare premiums get lower. Number three, there's no RMDs, no required minimum distributions. With a traditional IRA at 73 or 75, the IRS forces you to take money out of the IRA and pay tax on it. The RMD does not have that for a Roth account. All right, so money can keep compounding untouched within there. And what most people don't understand, the ideal time to do a Roth conversion is in the gap between when you retire and when you start taking your Social Security and required minimum distributions. Think about it for a second. When you retire, your income drops. You stop working. You're no longer getting a paycheck. And if you haven't claimed Social Security yet, and you're not at RMD age yet, right, your taxable income could be the lowest it's been in the past couple of decades for yourself. And that's your window when the IRS is charging you the least amount to move money into a Roth. All right, so you have these working years, this retirement gap, then Social Security and RMDs start. Now you jump up to a higher tax bracket later on to avoid that. Now for most people, this window is somewhere between the age of 60 and 73. And it's finite, right? It only lasts a certain amount of time because once RMDs kick at 73 or 75, your taxable income is going to go up, potentially a lot for some people. And the opportunity narrows significantly. And I tell people every single day who wish they started their Roth conversions earlier. I almost never talk to someone who says that they wish they waited. Because once it's in a Roth, it's growing tax-free. Now let me show you what this looks like in a real life scenario. And we're going to kind of simplify this as much as we possibly can. But I want you to think about how close this might be to your own situation today. So let's give an example here. We got David and Linda. All right, so David, 63, Linda, 61. They just retired. And right now, they were making $150,000 a year. They were working. That dropped. Now, they have $850,000 in IRA 401k accounts. And they have a pension of around $50,000 a year. So that's coming in every single year, right, that pension coming inside of there. And they're in the 12% bracket when they retire. All right? Now, there's some options here. Now, option A, and they're starting Social Security at 67, option A is that they do nothing, right? They kind of let this low income years ride out. We pay 12%, with a $50,000 pension, right? But then down the line, what happens is these RMDs at 75 or 73, we're gonna have a $60,000 to $80,000 projected RMD plus Social Security. And if you add those two things together, that could get you into these higher IRMA limits, making your Medicare cost more and you're paying more taxes. And they'll end up in the 22 to 24% tax bracket down the road. Now, option B, they can convert some money. And if they convert money, what will end up happening here is that they'll end up reducing their balance. Their RMD now gets reduced. Their RMD will now be about like 20 to 30,000, okay, which helps out a lot, frankly. And their IRMA, they'll never hit the IRMA limit. They'll pay the lowest for Medicare throughout their retirement. So when we look at this, I think it's very important because I think when these people do this now, they choose to pay the tax now, that helps them out tremendously. And they're going to save around $250,000 to $350,000 in lifetime tax savings. It's a big deal. Now, every situation is different. And the numbers are going to depend on your IRA balance, your income sources today, and what your Social Security amount is. Also, the state you live in. Every state's different. There's state taxes, too, to think about. But the principle is the same across the board. The question is never, should I avoid taxes? You can't avoid them with the IRA. The question is, should I pay taxes at 12% now or 22% later? And when you frame it that way, the answer becomes a lot clearer of what you should do. Now, I want to be straight with you. On the Roth conversion side of stuff, they're powerful, but they're not automatic. Like, they shouldn't be for everybody to do Roth conversions. And there are a few people who get the numbers wrong, right? They convert too much in 1 year. If you convert a large amount, again, you could push yourself into a higher tax bracket, or worse, trigger your IRMA limits, force your Medicare to rise. So now you're paying more for your Part B and your Part D Medicare premium. And you want to make sure you're running the numbers the right way. That's what we do for our clients, trying to find the sweet spot of how much money, we're going to need to pay the taxes for that IRA conversion and how much we should be converting in that year. Because when you convert, you need to pay the tax bill. And normally you want to pay it from a separate account like a savings or a taxable brokerage. Because if you use the IRA itself, you can lose the compounding benefit. And you may face a penalty if you're under 59.5 if you use the IRA to pay the tax. And the third thing kind of trap that happens is doing kind of a multi-year plan, because a one-time conversion isn't really a strategy. They just do it one time and that's it. You might want to have a couple of years planned out, 5, 7, 10 years of planning out your conversions to make sure you fill up your lower brackets, right? And that savings really adds up over time when you do it that way. So here's a quick little gut check here. A Roth conversion is likely worth exploring if, one, you're in a lower tax bracket now and you expect to be in retirement in a lower tax bracket going forward, or two, you have a large IRA or 401k that's going to generate a significant RMD down the line. That could be hurtful. And then the third reason, if you're in retirement, this gap between work and claiming Social Security, and you have a couple of low income gap years, you should do it then. And the fourth reason why, you have money outside the IRA to pay the tax bill. And 5, we didn't talk about this yet, but if you want to leave tax-free inheritance to your kids or grandkids, right, this could be a factor too. If 2 or more of those 5 reasons apply to you, I highly suggest you run the numbers and see, hey, does this make sense for me? I mean, heck, even if one of them makes sense for you, and you're like, that could be me, you should look at the Roth conversion. Because if you're thinking about 10 seconds ago, well, the second best time is right now. Like, the sooner you do this stuff, the bigger impact it has. Now, if you want to know whether a Roth conversion makes sense for you, in your situation, how much to convert, when to do it, how to avoid the traps that are involved within there, and exactly what kind of plan that we do here at Costanzo Financial Advisors, then head to our website, costanzofa.com, or the link below, and you actually can schedule a free strategy call with us. And if you want to kind of learn more, see more about how this could work, book that call with us. We'll talk to you one-on-one, see if we can help you out, and see if we can kind of apply some stuff we talked about in this video to what you have going on here. So we'll see you there. If you have any other questions, let me know. If you have a big IRA, subscribe to our channel. Definitely some more videos coming out that could help you out. If you want to see more retirement stuff in general, like the video, subscribe to us. We'll see you soon. Thanks.